Why is it important for you to be here on Radio Row and to do interviews and to talk about what you're going through?
Oh, man, it's a good thing because I got fellow teammates and fellow friends that's struggling, you know what I mean? And now I got involved with Peer Sports Recovery. They helped me out tremendously. And why not go out and not preach it or instill to my friends that it's still hope if you're struggling, or it's still hope if you deal with anxiety and impulsiveness and all them things that hurt us as football players after the game.
Let's talk about your specific situation. What do you remember about the hit in that game against the Browns? What was it, 2011? And you're carted off the field. I mean, you can go on YouTube and you can see the video. What do you remember about that day?
I remember laying on the ground and talking to myself, telling myself, please get up off the ground. Please do this. Please, please. And it just didn't happen. It was one of those things where it was just that time. It was time for me to, be done with it. And it was a bittersweet thing. Bitter that I had to end the game at 27 years old. Sweet that I took a $10 million tax-free policy from it. So appreciate you, Lords of London.
Yeah, that's important. Smart. When you saw the Ryan Shazier hit this year, his was helmet to helmet. He also had a spinal cord fusion surgery like you did. What goes through your mind?
Oh, man, a lot of things went through my mind when I saw a brother of mine get injured and see him go down and just grab his back and fold up like he did. It's hard to watch. It's hard to see one of your guys go down like that. And if I was his parents, his brother, or his family member, it's time to hang it up. The game, don't let the game play you. I say play the game. And that's what you got to do. And I think back injuries, neck injuries, they can screw you up for life and longevity too.
So how are you, health-wise, physical-wise? How are you?
I'm awesome. I can tell you this. When I left the NFL and retired and I went to Peer Sports Recovery, I had 44% of my brain was dysfunctional. 44% of my brain wasn't.
So they could test you to find out?
Yes. They can give you a baseline test and see where you stand, and over half of my brain wasn't working. And I'm like, hold on. What's going on? How can we fix this? Let's get on this ASAP. So I went 30-plus days to Peer Sports Recovery and done neurofeedback, where they hook you up to all these machines on your head. They put it where your anxiety is. They put it where your impulsiveness is on your brain. And, man, and when I say I made a heck of a turn, it was awesome. And life is so good right now. I can't say enough about it.
That's amazing. Just that you're here and talking about it, and you can tell stories. But on your darkest days, what were they like?
My darkest days, I just wanted to give up. I shut down to my family, friends. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I didn't want to deal with anyone. I just wanted everyone to leave me alone and let me deal with my issues. And it was really tough. It was tough for me. And I gutted through it and got through it. And, man, I want to get out and spread my testimony to my fellow teammates and my brothers and tell them, like, it's hope and we need help post-career. I don't care if you think you're perfect or you're the lowest guy struggling. Please, you got to seek help.
Former NFL tight end Jermichael Finley with us here after hours on CBS Sports Radio on Radio Row. And you mentioned Pure Sports Recovery. How did you get hooked up with this? Is it a clinic? Is it it's a medical clinic where they work with people who've had injuries?
Yeah, it's a medical clinic, first class. When I say it's state of the art, and you eat like organically. There's no sugar, none of that kind of stuff, because sugar obviously triggers your brain in the wrong way. So, man, this place is in Oxnard, California, paradise. You'll get awesome weather right on the water.
That helps with recovery.
I'm telling you. and it's more about the mental aspect. If you can turn that mental aspect over, it's all downhill after that.
So it's been, you said 2011 was when you had the hit. You were cleared to return to football, but you ended up retiring. Now, years forward, what kind of symptoms do you still experience?
I really don't experience that now because I go back to I'm in Peer right now. I'm checked into Peer right now. I'm just here doing Media Row. So I go back to Peer every once in a while. I get a tune-up and try not to have them symptoms pop up again because, you know what I mean? It's hard, you know what I mean, going out with 44% of your brain not working into the real world and trying to make, like, real-life decisions. It's hard to do that.
Sure. Your football career, you got several years in the NFL. In fact, you spent, 5-6 years in the NFL?
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
double the average NFL
Yeah.
career. So you
Yeah.
were in it. You had a chance to play at the highest level. What are your favorite things about being an NFL player? What's the best thing you took away?
I can say this. I can say running out that tunnel at Lambeau Field
Yes.
was one of the craziest, bone-chilling moments of all times. And I would say you'll never be able to find that high ever again. And that was one of my favorite things doing. And really just getting that chemistry with my teammates and being in the locker room, you know what I mean, having that guy talk and that talk where nothing leaves the locker room. You like that talk.
Okay, you're going to laugh at this question, but try to answer it anyway. What's the best thing about Aaron Rodgers as a QB?
The best thing about Aaron Rodgers, he's one sensitive guy. I love
Really?
it. Yes, he's very sensitive, and I like that because you can joke with him and he's going to take it very, very hard. And so I try to do that as much as possible, just to joke around with him.
Is there any throw on the football field he cannot make?
It's not one throw on a football field he can make. He is a GOAT, one of the best players, one of the best quarterbacks that ever played the game, and I'm a fan of Aaron Rodgers.
Jermichael, this year Devontae Adams had a
Yep.
couple of concussions. I mean, same kind of thing. Helmet-to-helmet hits, knocked out, had to be taken off the field, and yet he's on the field there in Orlando in the Pro Bowl. What's your reaction to that?
I think that it's selfish of him towards his own self. You know what I mean? I think
Taking a risk that wasn't necessary?
It wasn't necessary. As go to the Pro Bowl, have your jersey on the sideline. Hey, you made it to the Pro Bowl. Good job. But when you 50, 60 years old and you sit in a wheelchair and someone got to help you get a cup of water, that Pro Bowl is not going to mean anything. The people that was looking at the game are not going to remember Devontae Adams on the field running around with his head like a baby. You know what I mean? If you get hit so many times, your head turns into a baby spot. Let's be real.
How would you evaluate the concussion protocols?
I think they're getting better. I like the fact that they're starting to take the helmets from the guys ASAP. They're not letting guys get into their head, talk them out of it, because it used to be, it was like, I'm fine. And you got that adrenaline rush and your eyes are like big as an 8-ball. And no, you're not fine. You're wounded. You're hurt. Your brain just got rattled. So relax. And guys just got to think about like the people that love them. You know what I mean? It's more than you out here. I know you playing football, but you got to think about your loved ones too.
Would you change anything?
I would not seek contact as much as I did. I would play more like a Tony Gonzalez or Jason Witten and run out of bounds a little bit more.
So that's something you can also share with young tight ends who are coming into the league.
There's no reason taking that unnecessary hit because you're going to take enough during the course of your career.
Jermichael Finley, former Packers tight end. You are a Super Bowl champ.
Yes, ma'am.
Really neat for you to be here. Thank you so much for spending a couple of minutes with us.
Thank you for having me.